verres.
Allez, on va goûter?
On prend les verres.
Natural wine is extremely alive and keeps on telling a story. The soil, the wind, the weather, the history of a place liquefied in a bottle of wine. Every January, I do what I call la chasse au vin. It's called wine hunting. And I'll basically drive 3,000 kilometers across France and find great wine that I'm able to bring to the United States.
Merci.
And today, I think it's the day 10 of the wine hunt. We're in Gaillac, at la Ferme du Verre, chez Jérôme. The birthplace of sparkling wine in France is Gaillac.
Merci.
Il se dégaze en fait. Ouais, alors
C'est un peu le cric-cric.
Ouais.
Even though people may think it was champagne, here in Gaillac, we have 2,000 years of bubble history.
On voit que la bulle est fine, toute petite, que ça part bien.
The terroir here is a very specific soil, which is called l'amoureuse. It means in love, because it's this very thick red clay that sticks to your boots when you walk in it.
Ce petit bourgeon, il va donner ça.
Ouais.
D'accord? Impeccable.
So the wines are a little peppery, a variety that thrives in clay soils.
Santé. Non, mais t'es d'accord que ça tue.
C'est énorme. By l'Occitanie, it's all the south of France. Here, we're in the southwest. There's a great identity in terms of the geography, architecture, the light, the weather, the wind, the cuisine.
Bon, ben on va goûter des nouveaux trucs alors, super.
C'est Jérôme qui a apporté d'Angelou.
It's a really special region to discover, which is kind of off the beaten track.
Toi, tu fais des bulles?
Un petit peu. Pas
Ah
beaucoup.
bon?
Ouais.
C'est confidentiel? Ça reste à Gaillac?
Oui.
Exactement. Voilà.
It's not really exported that much. You really have to come here to discover it. Salut Charlotte, ça fait du bien de vous voir. Ça fait plaisir de vous voir, ouais, super. Allez, des bons hugs à l'américaine, ça fait du bien après 2 ans. Each time you walk in the vineyard, you see something different, something on the vines that changed, that will have an impact on the wine.
Je vais prendre une photo pour montrer aux Américains comment tu fais pour tailler. Vas-y.
Cahors is the birthland of Malbec, very inky, tannic, big. But the wines of Louis and Charlotte are very fresh.
Et vous, qu'est-ce qui vous a amené à la région? Parce que vous n'êtes pas du coin, vous n'êtes pas du cru.
On voulait se rapprocher de nos familles et on a découvert voilà, ce vignoble avec des terroirs extraordinaires, une vraie histoire, un vrai cépage.
The sand is going to give you wines that are very round, fruit-forward, and the limestone is going to give you this vertical energy with a lot of acidity and freshness. Well, it's magic to do something that you love with people that you love.
Vert, Mosaque rose, Mosaque brun.
2007, d'accord?
You know, you're not just selling a bottle of wine, you're selling a story of a person, of a place. You know, there's a sense of friendship, of camaraderie, of exchange, of... it's really fun.
Merci Jérôme. Santé.
Bienvenue. Bienvenue.
Oui, dans les yeux, dans les yeux.
Oui.
Durban is a thriving modern city in KwaZulu-Natal, home of the Zulu nation. Its people live a fast-paced 21st century life, yet many of them carry their traditions deep within them. I find that the traditional Zulu attire is so regal looking. Just the colors and the vibrancy, just beautiful. I traveled out of Durban to discover the Zulu way of life. I didn't realize how close the city is to the beautiful rolling hills of Heartland. I was excited to find people still living according to a proud, passionate heritage, not just respecting the old ways, but celebrating tradition joyously. I found people with an amazing zest for life, flashes of color everywhere. I was swept up in the drama, the noise, the excitement of it all. I mean, every photographer lives for those moments. It's something I'll never forget.
June 26, 1963. During the Cold War, President John F. Kennedy visits what's then West Berlin, showing solidarity with its citizens against communism.
As a free man, I take pride in the words, Ich bin ein Berliner.
The visit takes place exactly 15 years after the start of an American-led airlift to West Berlin aimed at breaking a Soviet blockade. 1945. In San Francisco, 50 countries signed the United Nations Charter, the governing blueprint for the international organization formed after World War II. 2000. After a decade of work, rival scientific teams complete the first rough map of the human genetic code. Michael Morgan is with the Wellcome Trust Genome Campus.
We all are related very, very closely to one another. There are more differences in an ethnic group than there are between ethnic groups, at least at the level of DNA.
1870. In New Jersey, the first section of Atlantic City's famed boardwalk, running about a mile long, opens to the public. And 1925. Charlie Chaplin's The Gold Rush, a silver screen comic masterpiece, premieres in Hollywood. Today in History, June 26th, Tim McGuire, The Associated Press.
Welcome back in our studio, and in today's news,